All right, so once we're into Business Source Complete, the user interface I don't find that exciting. It's not the easiest thing to navigate, but let's just run through a couple sample searches and I'll kind of show you how this works. So let's just say that you're interested in what's being written about in terms of snack foods. So if we put our search in quotation marks, it'll search for those two words as a phrase together rather than snack on page 1 of an article and foods on page 40. So we run our search and we get 9,391 different articles that mention snack foods somewhere within them. Most of the content within Business Source Complete is available immediately full text. You do find occasionally some publications that don't make the full content of their publication immediately available, but you can weed those out by just clicking the full text option there. So that takes us down to a little over 6,000 articles here. So within here, let's just choose one at random. This is coming from Dairy Industries International, whatever that is, but some publication that's just really focusing on the dairy industry. And if you're at all in the cheese or milk world, this might be a really good publication for you to check out. So we click the link there for the full text and give it a second here. And here we go. Article about cheese snacking. It's apparently a growing thing that Baby Bell, those little round cheeses, their sales are up almost 18% in the UK. All right, good to know. So each one of these articles, you can email them to yourself, you can download them, do with them what you will. A couple of other things just to quickly point out here in terms of the search. If you come over here under the share option, you can set up an alert for whatever search you put together. So anytime new data or new content gets added to the database that matches your search and it is updated daily, you'll get a notification saying, hey, there's a new article here about snack foods, and we'll send you that alert. So that's kind of a really 90,000 foot overview of how to do a keyword search. I should point out there are a number of other filters that you can throw at this to narrow down your search results, but also it's worth checking out the help option up here in the upper right hand corner. Again, this gets pretty wonky and pretty specific about how to go about searches, but if you want to make yourself really professional grade searcher of Business Source Complete, read through that help section and you'll glean some pretty useful tips and tricks there. All right, so that's if you're searching just kind of for keywords. A couple of other ways to come at this that sometimes gets a fair amount of use. So let's say instead of if you're looking for just some keywords that you're looking for a particular publication, if you come up here in the upper left-hand corner, click on publications, then you can search by particular titles. So let's say that you were wondering if Harvard Business Review shows up. You can just start typing that in, and here we go, Harvard Business Review. We've got it from October 1st, 1922 up through the current issue. So we can click in on that, and you can search just within Harvard Business Review for particular articles, or you can just browse through by issue. So here's the September-October 2020 issue of Harvard Business Review, and it's here on Business Source Complete the same day that it's available on the newsstands. One other kind of related search, rather than looking for a specific publication, is let's say that you're wondering what magazines or journals are out there that cover a particular topic. If we go back to search by publications, and instead of searching alphabetically just by title, we can search by title, subject, and description. So if you're wondering, well, how many journals are covered within Business Source Complete that focus on marketing? Well, we've got 641 of them. And being able to scroll through to say the Journal of Nonprofit and Public Sector Marketing for the nonprofit folks, Journal of Healthcare Marketing, it goes on and on. So that is also another approach that can really be helpful in terms of kind of getting you to content that might be particularly helpful. All right, I think that's the quick flyby overview there. Hope that gets you pointed in the right direction in terms of using Business Source Complete. But if you do have other questions, please be in touch.